Hello everyone. I'm going to work on problem 22 from section 7.3 homework. Now, one of you have asked me about it, so I'm going to show you how to go through the problem. I think the problem is a person is, let's say I'm going to invest some amount of money into a bank, and it is going to give me 2% interest. So amount in the bank, is going to be, I'm going to call it as B, and the interest paid, is 2% from the problem. So that's going to be 2% per year. Okay, 2% per year. So that's going to be 0.02 B. Okay. Now I'm gonna invest some additional amount of money in bonds. So amount invested in bonds, and let me call that as a C. Okay. And it pays me 3% simple interest. So interest paid is 3%. So that's going to be 3% on the amount C, so which is going to be 0.03 C. And it also said that the amount invested in the bonds is 1/3 of the amount invested in the bank. So that means C is equal to 1/3 in the bank, so in the B, so C equals 1/3 B. So I mean, for future purposes, let's get rid of the fractions here. So you would multiply both sides by 3, so that gives you 3C equals B. So 3 times C is 3C, 3 times 1/3 B is going to be B. Now if you move the B to the left hand side, you would get negative B plus 3C equals 0. Okay, so the next one is amount invested in CDs. Okay, amount invested in CDs, let's call this as D. Okay, and with the balance of the funds. So that means the total money, however, here is $10,000. Total money invested in all the three is $10,000. Okay, so that means D is equal to the rest of the amount. So 10,000 minus the amount invested in bank minus the amount invested in the bonds. So that's what this is. So if you bring all the variables to the one side, so move the B onto the other side, move the C onto the other side, so you get C plus B plus D is going to be 10,000. Sorry. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now recall B is 3C from here. B is 3C. So if you want to put it, you get C plus 3C plus D is going to be 10,000. So that's going to be 4C plus D is going to be 10,000. Okay, so we are going to work with equation 1 is this, and the equation 2 is that. Now the next part of the question says the interest received in year, the interest received after 1 year is $845. Okay, So that is interest received on the bank is 0.02b, as you can see that. So 0.02b. The interest received from the bonds is 0.03c, plus the interest received on the CDs. I didn't mention that, right? Interest received on CDs here. Interest received on CDs is 10%. So that means it is going to be 0.10 by 100. So which is going to be 0.1 D. So plus 0.1 D is going to be 845. Okay. So now I don't want to work with decimals in my problem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply. I want to get rid of the decimals. If I want to get rid of the decimals, I want to multiply it by 100. So remember that. I'm going to get rid of decimals, and if I want to get rid of decimals, I'm going to multiply by 100. So the 100 times 0.02b is going to be just a 2b, plus 100 times 0.03c is going to be just a 3c, plus 100 times 0.1d is going to be a 10d, equals 100 times 845 is going to be 845 hundredths. Okay. So that is my equation 3. So equation 1 is this, negative b plus 3c equals 0. Equation 2 is this, which is 4c plus d equals 10,000. Equation 3 is this, the interest equation. So equation 1 is coming out of the relation between the amount invested in the bank and the bonds, and equation 2 is coming out of the relation between the amount invested in the CDs and the bank and the bonds, and equation 3 is coming out of the relation between interest collected at the end of the year 1, which is $845, which is the sum of the interest collected from each of the investments. Okay. So now your 3 equations is, if you're really writing it out, it is going to be negative b plus 3c plus 0d equals 0. I'm using a placeholder here. Okay. Let me see. I need to get it clearly right. Let me see if I can get this way. Okay. And equation 2 is 4c plus d is going to be 10,000. And equation 3 is you're going to work with 2b plus 3c plus 10d equals 845 hundredths. Okay. So these are your 3 equations now. You have 3 equations. Let me put it on the same page. So you have 3 equations. These are your 3 equations. So now what you can do is you can solve the system of equations, 3 equations and 3 unknowns. You can use either how do I put it, Cramer's rule, or you can use a row reduced echelon form. Okay, or you can use the inverse method, or you can just use the method that you learned in the college algebra. Okay, so if you do that, then you're gonna get the final answer. Okay, so that pretty much that's pretty much, and when you solve it, what I got was, I think I got I don't have an answer, right? So I don't have an answer here. So what I got was, let me show that to you. Let me copy this 3 equation, negative b plus 3c, negative b plus 3c equals 0. 4c plus d is 4C plus D is 10,000. The other one is 2B plus 3C plus 10D. 2B plus 3C plus 10D equals 8,4,500. Okay. So so you have to really if you substitute here, negative B is 3C. There are several ways to go about it. I'm going one way. Negative B is 3C. So if you move B to the other side, you get B is going to be 3C. And now if you substitute B equals 3C into this one, so you get 2 times 3C plus 3C plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. So that's going to be 6C plus 3C plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. So that's going to be 9C plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. So you have one equation coming out of it, which is 4C plus D is going to be 10,000. The other equation is 9C plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. Okay. So now how would you work with this one, right? So these are your two equations. So multiply, I mean there are several ways to go about it. So the easiest one is I would multiply the top with negative 10, the bottom with 1. So what happens is you are really cancelling out D. So you get negative 40C, negative 10D is going to be 100,000, negative 100,000. And 9C plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. Okay, so you would get these two gets cancelled out. Okay, so that gives you negative 31C is going to be whatever you get here. I mean 8,4,500 means what? 15,500. So negative 15,500. Okay, so divide by negative 31. I hope I get the right answer. So you get C is going to be 31.5. So when you divide two negative numbers, you get a positive quantity. So first thing is that, remember that. That's going to be 500. Okay. So if you look at the previous thing, the amount invested in bonds is $500. Okay. This is money. So you are going to write $500. So what is the amount in the bank? This is the amount in bonds. Okay. Is that. So amount in bank is going to be what? Is going to be B, and B is going to be 3C. So that's going to be 3 in times 500. So that's going to be $1,500. Okay. Next thing, that is what you're going to see. So the last thing is amount invested in CDs, right? Amount in CDs. Okay, and that's going to come out of this equation. So which is 2B plus 3C plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500, right? So 2B is going to be 2 times 1,500. 3C is going to be 3 times 500. Plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. Okay. So that's going to be $3,000 plus $1,500. Plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. Okay, so that's going to be 4,500 plus 10D is going to be 8,4,500. So that's going to be 10D is going to be, you are going to substitute 4,500, which is going to be 80. If I'm right, it's going to be 80,000. If I'm right? So D is going to be what? $8,000. So the amount invested in certificate of deposits CDs is $88,000. So this is giving you 10%, and from what we remember, the bank is giving you 2%, and the bonds is giving you 3%. So that means, let's say if I'm getting this much amount of money, of course the highest amount is paid by CDs, and that's why I'm investing more money on my in CDs. And then strangely though, the next higher interest is given by the bond by the banks, and the banks are paying only 2%, right? Okay, this is inverted. 2%, this is 3%. So strangely though, even though bonds are making 3%, I'm only investing 500 in this. Banks are giving me only 2%, but however I'm investing 1500 in this. That's the whole problem. I hope this helps you. If you have any questions, please let me know. Email me. Okay, thank you. Bye.